Alright guys, what is going on? It is your least favorite moto vlogger, Brian636, coming live from the northwest side. Today we are going to a brand new episode for Hood Eats, episode 50-7. Today we are on Laramie and Division, and we are going to the neighborhood of Belmont Cragin. Guys, it is a brisk 42 degrees out here. I cannot believe there's other people riding today. But I am on the 2019 CRF450r. We just put these new graphics on there from Bold. They came out absolutely amazing. I love it. And I'm just really excited to go ride this thing because I haven't ridden it in the streets in quite some time. So I'm getting kind of hungry. And today we have a brand new spot for us as well. Of course. Let's jump into it. That's a nice Hellcat.
Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Good to meet you, man. Damn, so these are sport bike rims on it. Is this a Gixxer front end? I knew it.
Yeah, ran for the Gixxer, you know?
Wow.
Little by little, just get that fucker up and running, you know?
Wild, wild, wild. I love it. I'm sure I'll be seeing it at Mini Mondays, right?
Yeah, I've been going there for like 2 years already.
Yeah.
I've been riding with y'all, you know?
Hell yeah, man. See you later, man. Oh, watermelon cart. That's nice. Hello. Yeah. What flavors? For this? No. Yeah. Thank you. And this is fresh watermelon? Tahini? It's good? And elote? I'm okay for now. I'm okay. I got these. Thank you. What you do? Watermelon, tahini, elote, all that? That's awesome, man. Be safe. Man, dude, tell me that ain't the saddest thing you've ever seen. So young, 1998. Got a pack of Mike and Ike's. That's weird. You normally see gas stations with a top over them, and one doesn't have a top. Stand outside and get wet when you're pumping gas. Damn, there's a lot of bikes out for it being so cold. I'm telling you, man. This guy wants to race me, huh? That's a nice Ninja 250. I like that. That ain't a Ninja 250. Get the hell out of here. That's a Chinese joint with the scooter motor in the back. I'm trying. Yeah, it's a 450. What's that? 300? Oh yeah. I love popping this thing up, man. You really just give it gas and hold on to your Mike and Ike's. Now, for all you who don't know, we are giving away a 2020 Grom right now on my Patreon. As YouTube cuts down more and more on these stunt riding videos, I rely more and more on people over on my Patreon to help support and keep me traveling and making these, as it's not easy, cheap, or quick to do any of this. So from now until the first week of May, every single dollar that you pledge to support my Patreon to get behind the scenes and stuff like that is a chance to win a 2020 Honda Grom with everything that you could want on it. And I'll personally deliver it to the winner in the lower 48. So good luck to everyone who's already over there, and if you've ever thought about joining my Patreon to help support the channel, there is no better time to do it than now. Let's get back to Hood Eats. Turn left on North Avenue here, and oh my god, another Gixxer. So right now we're currently in North Austin, which is considered the west side. 290 out west, 290 tires, I like that. And once we cross over the railroad tracks that we're about to here, we're going to enter into the northwest side. That's where everything from Montclair, Belmont Cragin, Jefferson Park, some of those northwest side neighborhoods lie. And like I said, this is going to be our first time going to Belmont Cregan. And I have a super special recommendation for today's episode. It's a nice little mom and pop place. What the hell? A Polaris Sportsman just sitting on the side of North Ave. What the hell is going on over here? Gotta love the alleys of Chicago. A lot of boarded up garages over here. Hello, Mrs. Sheriff. She kind of rolled her eyes at me and waved. So now that we cross over the CSX tracks that literally this neighborhood was built on, let me tell you a little bit about it. Welcome to Belmont Cragin. Right away, you have a very infamous spot. This is District 25, the police district that is control of this neighborhood and parts of the surrounding. And a really scary incident actually ended up happening here almost 3 years ago now that they just released the footage on. On July 30th, 2020, Chicago police stopped and arrested Lavelle Jordan on suspicion of possession of a stolen car. They patted him down, but not fully. I mean, they really did look like they did a good job patting him down by the video, but apparently not good enough. When the transporting officer got him back to District 25 there, Lavelle Jordan had gotten his handcuffs in front of his waistband, which he possessed a semi-automatic handgun, and got in a full-on gunfight with Chicago police officers at the district, literally behind their police district. The Civilian Office of Police Accountability just released this footage roughly a couple months ago because it has been under investigation of how the police handled the situation, and of course how the offender had a freaking handgun and had it accessible to him, not only just in the police car and the duration to the district, but getting it literally within the district is pretty crazy. So they had a full-on gun battle where one police officer almost succumbed to his injuries, as well as Mr. Jordan almost succumbing to his injuries, and he's a 3-time felon, so it didn't make much sense of why he was out in the first place. And obviously I'm gonna have to blur a lot of the video out because YouTube's pretty strict about showing violence on their platform. But it was just a really crazy incident, and District 25 is definitely all over the news because of that. However, with that being said, you have to give credit where credit is due. Belmont Cregan is not even in the top 15 most violent neighborhoods in Chicago in 2022, and it's surrounded by a whole host of extremely violent neighbors, so you expect you would expect that it would be a product of its environment, and it's just not. Hi doggy, how are you? In 2022, 71 people were shot in this neighborhood, 56 were wounded, and 20 killed. Like I said before, this doesn't even put Belmont Cregan in the top 15. I think it's number 16 or 17 most dangerous neighborhoods here in Chicago. And it really does, as we're riding around here, have a lot of infrastructure. It's got a lot of jobs. There's not an extreme amount of boarded up houses by any means. So I just have to give credit where credit is due there, guys. So it is a really nice neighborhood, and for the most part it is really safe. The racial makeup of this neighborhood is 89% Hispanic, 9% white, 2% black, and another 3 or 4% other. Beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. It is a nice day out. Look at that, an authentic Mexican restaurant. Looks good. Damn, what the hell's going on over here, huh? Both doors are open. Jump out, boys. And Chicago Waterworks doing their thing. Love to see it. Chicago works. Wet streets, wet streets. But if you really do come down a lot of the side streets here in Belmont Cregan, it's the same thing as a lot of the west side neighborhoods. A lot of these castle homes were built directly after the Chicago fire, so late 1800s, early 1900s, and of course they were made of brick, sandstone, stuff like that would make them extremely fire retardant, as no one wanted a repeat of the Great Chicago Fire. And you can tell developers came in and just built rows and rows and rows of these exact same buildings. So you had entire neighborhoods that were developed by 1 or 2 or 3 sometimes developers building the exact same homes, and a lot of people buying them up in droves because from them being fireproof and people not wanting a repeat of that, mixed with the good schools and a lot of the parks that were popping up all over the northwest and west sides, people came here in droves. And a lot of the same good factory and railroad jobs that immigrants originally came to this neighborhood for is the exact same reason that some people are still here. So you have 2nd, 3rd, 4th generation families working in the same good union and non-union factory and railroad jobs here. This is Diversity Ave. This is one of the main arteries that cuts through the neighborhood. I like that. Chicago strong. That's cool. A lot of cops over here too. I wonder what's going on. Like I said, District 25 it has control of a pretty small area, so there is a lot of police presence here. Which, when we're coming up on Central, I guess I should talk about something else that really surprised me that happened in this neighborhood really recently, and it has to do with guns and repeat offenders again. So on December 11th, 2022, so literally 2 months ago, a party was being had at a local business here. Now, recent parolee Samuel Salas got in a verbal altercation with several people at the party. And look at that, we're so recent that there's still a memorial up on both sides of the street. This was literally one of the most horrific shootings I've seen on camera, because a pod camera, a ring camera over here had captured the whole thing. 3 people were shot and killed and 1 critically wounded. Now, this guy was already out on parole from a homicide home invasion from 2009, and somehow he got out from the Department of Corrections in Illinois. And after only being out for several months, was already back in possession of a gun and shot and killed 3 people, literally execution style. I can't show the video. You can do your research and find it. We're on School Ave and Central, but it was really horrific to see. 2 men and 2 women, and the 1 woman just barely pulled through. So just a really, really, really sad situation. That's why there's all the candles here, and looks like the memorial is getting taken care of extremely well. Less than a week later, police announced that they were interrogating somebody of interest, and I think a day or 2 later they announced first-degree murder charges on him. The police superintendent is literally begging, making it his top priority that he does not get out anymore. Obviously, there was already people killed during home invasions this guy was on, and he was still paroled, you know, 10 years later. Just a pretty sad and really preventable situation, I feel like. That's how bikers say what's up. But once again, these are just some of the top news stories out of this neighborhood that come to my mind when I think of Belmont Cregan. Community First Medical Center up here on the north side of the neighborhood really does help keep some of these homicide numbers down, and that's something else I feel like I should talk about. I don't know if this is the best episode or not, but I'm going to talk about it. If you notice, a lot of the highest crime or homicide neighborhoods, you'll also notice a lack of trauma center in the immediate area. This is why when you look at places like Roseland or Pullman being so far away from places like Stroger, it's like a 35-40 minute ambulance ride if Roseland Medical can't take them. And same thing goes with Austin and parts of Garfield Park being an additional 25-30 minutes away from Stroger if Loretto Hospital doesn't have the beds for them. And we're talking about extremely small hospitals that are somewhat in the area that don't have a good trauma unit. So when these gunshot victims that are in critical condition come in, a lot of the times they're just going to have to tell them to go to one of the big hospitals downtown. Got some cops over here taking reports down. A lot of police presence over here. Detectives. Lots of modern development going on here too. If you can notice, brand new houses being built like that. That's crazy. Like $1 million homes over here, man. You're getting a safe neighborhood and a brand new house. Man, I wonder what their property taxes are. It's got to be high. Chicago's property tax, I think, is only second to NYC. I think we beat out LA recently. Pretty crazy. Not fun. Not fun being a homeowner here in Chicago, I'll tell you what. These frickin' things, photo enforcement zones, these cameras. I know all my Chicagoans hate those. If you're going 5 over the speed limit, you can expect to get your $100 ticket in the mail promptly. And of course, it's election season, so lots of re-elect Lori Lightfoot, Chuy Garcia, you name it. Everyone's trying to win their mayoral seat. Willie Wilson, Jamal Green, those are all some like 4 or 5 top runners. I wonder if Lori Lightfoot's going to get re-elected, even though she's had a really rough past couple of years leading Chicago. We'll see. You know me, I don't like to get political. Beep, beep. Excuse me. Lots of salt on the road. That means you can't stop quick, people. Remember that, boys. When you're riding in the wintertime, there is still salt and grime on the frickin' roads. And I guess I'd also be crazy not to mention the Brickyard. The Brickyard is Belmont Cregan's huge shopping center here in the neighborhood. Everything from Target to Export, all your Starbucks, all your white girl stuff. Cop did the little fucking hell yeah, brother. Lots of love out here, man. Lots of love. Yeah, a really big shopping center. Jewel Osco, Chipotle. You name it, the Brickyard's got it. Bricktown Square. Got a Harbor Freight, Export, Aldi. My guy's late to his meeting at Denny's. Nice smooth street here. Come back, scrape it. Yep, why not? Knee knocker, yep. Drop back, why not? Beep, beep. Very nice. This 450 loves the cold weather, man. I guess any engine really likes the cold air, right? Any engine makes more power when there's cold air. Speaking of cold air, that's making me hungry, and thank God there is our restaurant, Mr.Dee's Shish Kebabs and Kebabs. Multiple riders, multiple people have DM'd me and suggested this place throughout the years, and I've just not gotten around to it, but we're doing it now, people. You can sleep well at night now. Mr.Dee's Shish Kebabs. Always got to find a good place to park this girl. Stash her away. Bada bing, bada boom. Smooth, silent criminal. I'm not a criminal, though. All right, baby, you stay here. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go get a steak sandwich and maybe a cherry RC. They got some old school stuff here, people. I still got my Mike and Ike shaking around. Been hearing them the whole time I'm riding. Oh, yeah. It's a good sign. It's always a good sign when it's cash only. How's it going?
Oh, right.
Hi there. Could I have the steak sandwich?
Steak, sure. Did you want onions and tomatoes on it?
No tomatoes.
Just the onions?
Yeah. Now, do you guys got cherry RC?
I only got cherry Coke.
I'll take a cherry Coke.
Would you like it for you to go?
For here.
Okay, no problem.
I will. Thank you.
We're gonna go 2 hot dogs, one with everything, one with no onion.
Thank you. Man, guys, that was a good one. Coming off of episode 56 with having to give that pizza place on the south side a bad score, I'm so happy I came here to Mr.Dee's Shish Kebabs up on the northwest side and am able to give this such a good score. This is a straight 9, maybe 9.5 steak sandwich. This is extremely good. Extremely, extremely good. I don't know about y'all. I don't like my fries like really hard and crunchy and stuff. Those fries are super soggy, and I don't want to say they're like golden, you know? They have that golden crisp to them. Don't even need ketchup. Just super, super, super good. I enjoyed that. And to be honest, a good steak sandwich needs almost nothing. Like the onions are even overkill. Yep. I'm gonna end up trashing this sandwich. I already know. I remember like 2 years ago, I tried to bring a steak sandwich home from like 120th. Just ridiculous. It was destroyed. All right, let's do our best with the steak sandwich. Sometimes I really just can't believe how long it takes me to get to a neighborhood. Belmont Cragin is definitely one of those. So much going on here. So much businesses, so much good food, and here we are in episode 57 doing it. But once again, people, there's a lot of neighborhoods. 77 neighborhood designators by the city of Chicago. So there's a lot of neighborhoods here. Some of them bigger, some of them smaller than others. So it's hard for me to get to all of them. I've done them in different countries and shit too. Yeah, wait your turn, bud. Do a U-turn. Gotta be defensive rider, man. Gotta predict people's movements, that's for sure. Especially if you want to survive in an urban setting like this. Just read people. Fullerton Ave. I used to live on Fullerton Ave way back in the day. Is that really what I look like? That's what I look like? I'm that ugly? I like the blue windbreaker and the gold on the graphics. Really makes it all pop and stick together. Wheelie in with the steak sandwich. Beep, beep. All right, guys, as we cross under the railroad tracks now, and we crossed over to get into Belmont, now we're crossing under to get back out. I do want to cut this episode a little short as I only have one GoPro battery with me today, and I know this thing eats batteries like I do steak sandwiches. So if you enjoyed this episode 50-7, make sure to jump over and check out the other 56 of them. Cannot believe that we're well over 50 now. I'm having a blast doing them, believe that. Once again, if you guys want to support the channel and enter into a giveaway of that 2020 Grom, go ahead and click the link down below. And if you want to have a better day than this Hyundai, holy f***ing shit. Jeez, go ahead and click the like button, leave a comment down below. RIP to that Hyundai. The Kia boys are real out here. Hyundais and Kias, it's all they like to take. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I do this kind of content on a weekly basis, and I've been doing it for a long ass time now. As always, guys, this is your least favorite moto vlogger telling you, respect life, Chicago, put the guns down. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.